This is the Reseller Locker Room Podcast. Welcome in. Stick around. We're going to be talking about some good, pertinent subjects for a lot of new resellers. How to get your reselling business prepared for the fourth quarter. Stick around. Take notes.
Flip or die. The Resellers Locker Room Podcast. The Resellers of entertainment and zero instruction. Out on the road hitting thrift store gold. Three wild men with stories untold. Beard kings growling, Rocky Tops wild. CJ's laughing like a metalhead child. Sipping brews in a cheap motel. Talking deals and tales we never sell. This ain't no class, it's a backstage pass to the resale game with some serious sass. Flip or die. We're living fast in the reseller sky.
All right. Welcome into the locker room. My name is Ben, Rocky Top Picker, Jefferson Flips, and Alex, Beard King Picker, joining you here in this episode. What's going on, fellas?
I'm busy. Q4 is hitting early over here.
Nice.
So yeah, great sales, lots of sales. Just hit my average sale price is $75 now, which is incredible. It won't last. It's just until I get rid of all these big book sets, but
That's
I think
awesome.
it's already dropped back down to like 40, but it was there long enough for me to screenshot it and say that it happened.
Nice.
So volume book sets is what drove your average sale up then.
Yeah, because they're all like 70 to a couple $100. All these from that big buyout I did. So clearing room for all that stuff, which is good because I've totally changed going into Q4 because I know we're going to touch on that today. I'm just kind of going all volume and just listing everything I have.
Yeah.
Might as well is what I'm thinking, because I know you sell a $4 item, well, that kind of sucks, but it drives traffic, it pushes it out, and then you get another sale following that. You know, I sold like a $6 cassette tape, but my next thing was a $38 book. So I think it's worth having the balance in your store of a little bit of everything for people. So
Yeah, you're going to go to the post office anyways. It's not like you're only selling a $4 item. You got to drive to the post office, right? So just
even promoting, which I'm promoting up to 10% now, which I've been a week doing that now. I stopped doing any sales. I went to 10%. My sales doubled with doing 10%. And I was always running 3% with the 10% sale, and then I'd send out offers for another 10%. I'm still sending out the offers every morning for 10%, and I'm selling way more. And I'm actually making more money because I don't have that, the 10% plus the 3 that I'm sending off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or rotating sales all up to 20% off sometimes.
So you think promoting everything at 10% across the board has really drove your sales up? Is that what you're basically saying?
And it has helped my organic sales have gone up too, but the traffic, the click, just the eyes on the products offsite have jumped up.
Yeah.
My click-through rate is up, everything is up, and my bank account is up. So
that's nice.
You got to think about it. I would like to give the 10% to the customer, but I'm paying 10% to eBay for advertisement fees. Just look at it for advertising. And they're pushing that off-site as well, into Google search and all that stuff. And especially using lists easier now where it's so keyword driven. I think that's helping a lot too. There's a lot of things that I've recently just changed in my business in the last week. So it is hard to pinpoint exactly what happened. But if you look on the back end, as far as my impressions and the views I'm getting, it's definitely has doubled. But I'm still getting like 50-50, sometimes 60-50, like a split as far as promoted and organic sales. So not all of it's going to 10%.
The only thing the caution on is if you decide to quit doing 10%, you need to like ratchet it down slowly. Because if you go from what I've seen and heard, if you go back to your 3%, you will get it'll slow down your sales extremely. I mean, eBay will slow them down, is what I've heard.
I've experienced that before, but is it slowing down because eBay's punishing me, or is it slowing down because I'm only at 3% promoted listings and not 10%?
True. Well, it might be that.
The way I would look at it is if you're promoting at 10% and others are only doing 2, 3, or 4, yours is going to get pushed out before the lower percentages.
Yeah.
Because eBay stands to make more of that fee money. Now that could be wrong, but it makes sense logically.
That they push your item out even more. I mean,
yeah. So
Yeah.
you have a segment of resellers that do 10% or even higher in some cases, and their sales are just banging, man. And then you got the rest of us that are under those numbers and they're lackluster. It makes sense, right?
We did the experiment in our book group. So a lot of us, like probably at least 20, 30 people did this 10%. And the majority have all our sales have exploded and doubled the amount. Selling old items that have been sitting for a long time and just getting more eyes on them. Like I haven't been ending and selling similar anymore. It's not that I don't believe in that anymore. It's just because I'm just pushing up new listings every day.
Okay.
And then you have a big weekend. Like for me, I know there's some people doing, up to 50 sales a weekend already before it's not even technically Q4. I had 33 this weekend and I just hit 1,700 listings. So I'm still not a huge store by any means. I don't think so. But
I'm going to go on record that when we get done with the show here, I'm going to go ahead and bump mine up 10% across the board, see what happens for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just look at the back end of eBay before you do it so you can see the impressions,
Yeah, gotcha.
So that's what I've been doing. Also, I had my first Etsy sale this week.
Nice.
So I
want to hear about this.
Etsy. I mean, I was about to literally thinking I'm going to close this down. It's not getting any traction. I'm just getting people liking my posts. Like you can favor stuff over there.
Yeah.
And then I finally got a sale the other day. I shipped it off today, and that was a $200 book over on Etsy.
Nice.
So I at least know that Vendu is paid for a couple months with that, and then the fees over there. So excited about that. I'm going to keep just cross promoting during Q4.
Yeah.
So for Etsy, are you only sending higher dollar items?
So here's a weird thing about Etsy and what I heard from other booksellers is we're not getting the lowball offers over there. They pay for whatever you put the price on, and it's getting more money compared to eBay. So this book, average sale of this book, if you look at the sold comps on eBay, is 150, and I sold it for I think it was like 209 or something like that on Etsy. So $50 more than the average sale on eBay. So you have to do all vintage or vintage books over there. It has to be like at least 10 years old or something. 2000. I'm trying to remember the date. What it has to be. 2005, I think. Anything.
Yeah, so 20 years makes it
20 years. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just putting all my 20. My problem is I wasn't seeing results, so I was barely putting anything over there.
Yeah.
I was trying to do 5 a day, but that would really turn into like 5 a week. So I need to figure out I can get like 10 a day going over there and cross promote all my old stuff over there. The only issue is it did not delete from eBay. Vendu did not delete it from eBay. I think if it sells on eBay, it might automatically delist from the other platforms, but it didn't do it the opposite way. So I don't know you guys let me know down in the comments if it's supposed to delist if it sells on Etsy off eBay, but I had to manually go delist it.
I don't know.
I have to keep that in mind that maybe the program's just not working out supposed to. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Did you since you set it over there, have you delisted and relisted that item on eBay?
I delisted it on eBay because it's sold on Etsy. Is that what you meant?
No, before, but in between. So I know when I was using List Perfectly, if you delist it and relist it on eBay, now it's got a different item number on eBay, so it didn't track back to the. To do that.
I see. So they're not connected anymore.
Yeah. So if you
maybe
delist it, you got to relist it on both.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe that's what happened. Because I don't remember because I was ending and selling similar every morning. Yeah. I just recently stopped doing that. Not that
could be what it is.
Yeah, it's just a time thing, really. I got to think: is it really worth? It's the best thing I could be doing in my business, or putting fresh inventory in my store. So I'm focusing on putting fresh inventory in my store getting ready for, Q4, and just I'm listing anything. If I can find proof that book sold, even if it's $6, I'm listing it. I won't list a $4 free shipping because that's a waste of time. But with the 10%, $6, I'm still profiting money. I still make money off the shipping. So even at $4, I make $1.82 minus my package. But then I make a little bit, like 50 cents off shipping.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Jeffy, what's new with you, buddy?
Nothing much. Been selling a little bit on eBay. Got my store back open.
That's killer.
Working on just my job has been busy.
Hammer time, huh?
Yeah. So changed a few things there. Trying to make some metrics, and we're doing much better. So, but 12 hours a day at work for the last 3 weeks. It's a lot.
Do you like it less today than you did yesterday?
My job?
Yeah. I don't know. I like it less today. I'm just reading your tag.
Yeah,
there.
that's what I'm. Oh, yeah. The thing was, I like it a lot. No, I just changed it less today.
Oh,
okay. Before it was, I like it a lot.
It goes back and forth, right?
Yeah. Next week will be, I like it so much.
How many active listings do you have then? Because you relaunched your whole store?
Yeah. I took down all the cards because I sold a couple cards, which, you sell them for $2 and then you make $1.10. And I decided that was no longer something I wanted to do anymore. So I pulled 1,000 of them off. I think I have like 890 listings on there. Belt buckles and tools. That's the only thing I have right now. This morning I woke up at like 3:30 because I had to be to work at 6:30, and I got up early and I took pictures of 43 books. I haven't had a chance to list any, but going through the books I have here, I'm gonna start listing them. After we get off here, I'm gonna try to do 10 a day going forward.
Okay.
Until I get.
I got to do the same thing. I got some book sets that Bethany already made the listings for, so I just got to take the pictures and get them up today.
Nice. So, trying to get back into the reselling game, people.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And I think I might need to clean. The whole place is kind of a trash. I feel like I'm 22 again, living in a place that isn't swept up as much as it used to be. I went home this weekend and fixed the Roomba. I spent the whole weekend fixing things.
Mm-hmm.
I had to fix the Roomba, which was a cat toy had gone up inside of it.
Uh-oh.
So now that's running again. And then our air conditioner wasn't working because the landscapers had run over the last time I went home, I thought I fixed it. But the thing I thought was the runoff valve. I don't know what the hell that's for. The thing that was chopped off and stuck in the ground. So then I had to dig that out and PVC a new thing. And then I had to replace 2 breakers.
Dang.
The house got hit by lightning. So,
wow.
Yeah, my wife, she works from home and the internet wasn't working. But like just the one master bedroom and the side bedroom where the breakers had gone bad. So I had to walk her through, get an electrical cord, go into the closet. We have this big box that has all the cables coming into it, and then unplug and plug it in. Excuse me. But
you had to give a tutorial.
Yes. Then she's like, well, so in there's a surge protector, right? And that we have 4 Wi-Fi emitters in the house. And then the Wi-Fi, the router and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, this isn't going to work. There's only one plug. I'm like, yeah, just unplug she's like, well, I'll just she put the internet on. She was, well, no. And then I was like, had a video conference with her to show her, hey, pull that out, plug that in there. And then everything's still plugged in. She's like, huh. No, my wife is an IT person, right? That's what she does. I don't understand. Like, if there's a problem with a paint machine in Oklahoma, she can log into it and fix it, but she couldn't figure out how to unplug a surge protector and stick it into a cord. I swear the woman's too smart for her own good, right?
Yeah.
She's never been poor like I grew up. So,
Ben, same question. Ben, what's going on?
How was your week? What's new with you?
Still into the Amazon boxes. Put up a new video yesterday, I believe, or maybe it went live on Sunday. I can't remember whenever it dropped. Yeah, Alex, you were talking about fourth quarter, and that's part of the subject that we're going to get into. Whether you're a seasoned reseller, you've been doing this a while, whether you're just getting started, or you may even be watching and you haven't even begun starting to resell yet, we want to go over some points that each of us had come up with that could be some useful tips to keep in mind. Fourth quarter is always the time of year that us resellers look forward to, because typically that produces the most amount of sales. For some, it's the biggest time of year for sales for their business. And but yeah, I've just been filming the opening of the Amazon boxes, and went out on a date Saturday night, and it was splendid. And yeah, so ever forward on that front so far.
Is that what the cool kids call it nowadays? Splendid.
Well, everybody's been asking me. Everybody that knew I was going out on this date, the next day they were like burning up my phone. Hey, how'd the date go? How'd it go? And I used two terms: perfect and splendid. So there you go. And yeah,
That's good to hear.
I've already cleared the path, fellas. She'll be at the meetup, and she'll be here at the house when we all get together over here. And I look forward to you guys meeting her. And yeah. So
when you told her that you were a reseller, did she know what you were talking about, or do you had to really break it down and explain everything, or she was familiar with eBay reselling?
Good question. She's only been married once, and of course
I didn't ask that.
Well, I told you that to tell you this. She's been married once. Her ex-husband used to sell car parts on eBay.
Oh.
So she's totally, you know what I mean, in line with.
What was his 90 days bigger than yours?
You know what? I didn't even ask that. Question. But the point is,
Jefferson's trying to Mr. Miyagi a fly over there.
It ain't working.
Get
I thought he was
chopsticks.
clapping for me. He's doing this.
Yeah, it was clapping for you
like
for your 90 days. I think it's bigger.
But anyway,
Hey!
she knows how to list. Okay, she knows how to do that.
Well, that's the only question you asked.
That's what he was looking for.
That was your only standards is, can she list on eBay?
Well, it ain't the only standard you should have for a woman when you're dating, but that is a plus. But yeah, I had to explain to her the premise of what reseller meetups are.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like, yeah, that sounds like fun. I'm like, okie dokie.
Right
You
on.
scored a lot of brownie points with me. But nonetheless, that ain't what we're here to talk about, but I appreciate you.
We will bring all our items for her to list them when we're there.
Yeah. So let's talk about some prep tips or strategies that, the good folks out there that are so kind to tune in and watch this show. I'll give one. We can kind of just go around. Let's talk about this. My first point was, it's always a good thing to really get stocked up on your boxes, shipping labels, poly bags, tape, your basics to package items and ship. And the reason for that is, of course, that if you have a week where you just have a slew of killer sales, much like what Alex had over the weekend, you don't want to get into fourth quarter and have a bunch of sales rolling in, and all of a sudden you look over on your box rack or wherever you keep them and realize, oh, I'm short on this size, that size, and I'm about out of poly bags. You don't want to get caught with your pants down, so you should always be prepared. Go ahead and order all your shipping materials now. Get them here, get them into your home or wherever you do your business, and get all that ready. So hopefully when the sales roll in, you won't have to go out here and go behind department stores and try to find boxes or whatever to try to ship something. You'll have plenty on hand. So that's my first point.
Yeah, that's pretty basic, just to make sure you have all the things you need. I got one, and this is for me talking to myself, is organizing my space. So when I'm pulling orders, I have at least 3 boxes in front of each of my bookshelf, and I'm gotta like reach over to try to find the book. So my goal for Q4, or before I list anything that's upstairs, is to actually list everything on the ground here and clean up my space and just get organized. Like, make sure all your SKUs, everything's in order, your systems are all in order. And I think just a clean space just makes workflow much better, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be like, I'm worried like a book falls off the shelf, but it could land in one of the boxes underneath the shelf. And then I'm looking all on the shelves and it's been in the box the whole time. So if I clear everything away from the shelves, at least I'll see it on the floor if it fell off.
Yeah.
So that's my goal, is to do that before it really picks up and just be organized.
Well, on your point, Alex, I did a video. I don't remember which video it was on my Rocky Top Picker channel, where I talked about a cluttered space is a cluttered mind.
Mm-hmm.
And having your workspace cluttered can actually affect your productivity. So
Yeah.
if you get organized, like you said, and you get your space clean, it actually helps you be more productive. I mean, it's a psychological thing. Plus, you don't feel so overwhelmed. If you've got death pile stuff just surrounding you, pretty much like you do, Alex, with stuff in the floor, and you got to climb over things. It's I don't know. It's demotivating somehow if you have all that just sucking you in. It's all there, and you got to do it. And so, clear it out, set it up, get it organized, and you can increase productivity that way. So that's a good point. What about you, Jeffrey?
Yeah. So what I did in the past, I've been doing it for a few years. Go back and look at what's sold in the fourth quarter last year. See the items that people were looking for, and then try to source those things. Hopefully you've done that before now. You really want to have everything up September, October at the latest.
Yeah.
And then also go through your listings you have and look at them with the eye of, hey, would this be a good stocking stuffer, or could this be a good Christmas gift? And add those words into the title if you can.
Do you think that
and
helps?
that way it'll pop up?
Stocking stuffer, like
stocking stuffer, I think is a great one. That if you have extra characters, if you add that in there,
I've seen that a lot.
Somebody will type in stocking stuffers, and boom, it might pop up. So look at your sales from last year and look at the stuff you have currently, and go through and optimize those listings, so that way you're getting more eyes on your stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, before freaking Thanksgiving, everything hits, Christmas, Halloween, you want to get that stuff listed.
Yeah.
Today, as you're listening to this, I think you should. I've already sold Christmas stuff already. And I sold a Christmas book yesterday. So if you have Christmas stuff, Halloween items, get them listed now. So my suggestion is just list everything that you have.
Yeah. But if you have a death pile, list the things you think might be good gifts. Like last year, I went through all the stuff I had in the garage and found everything that was a toy or things that people might buy as a gift, and get those listed first.
Actually, Jefferson, you just named my second tip, is go through your death pile, identify your highest dollar items first, and go ahead and get them on there, get them listed. And if you don't get them dropped live, at least get a draft bank built up and put them on a schedule to drop daily. But yeah, we're coming out of summer. We just came out of Labor Day weekend, official end of summer. So yard sale season in a lot of areas in the country is already winding down. In some areas, it's probably already over. So you've done your shopping spree for the season, and all of it's piled up and it's all staring a hole through you. Go through it, pull out all your high dollar items, and put them in different price. I like to separate mine into price points. If I can find a dozen items that, let's say, I'll list for $25 a piece, and then the next set I find, I can get 15 for these. I try to group them that way. Now that'll take you a little time comping everything and grouping everything together. But if you use the relister or the lister program like you're using, Alex, that's going to help you get those items listed faster if you can get the same price points on them. I mean, it'll help you get them listed faster. You don't have to
Yeah,
worry.
and a lot of people using it are bulk sellers, and they don't really care. They're just listing it, say $15, even though it could sell for 20, 25.
Yeah,
Just the speed and just getting it up. Like the books, I'm all putting at £3. Even if the book's a little more than that, I'm not going back and changing the thing. I'm just getting
yeah,
them listed. But I'm still individually comping everyone and pricing it. Like,
yeah. And I want to speak to the mindset that Alex that you were telling me about, and we've talked about this before. The difference in static selling on eBay versus doing live selling. You have to change your mentality of how you think about your items between doing eBay and doing live selling. Live selling, your money is made by the volume number of sales you make. So therefore, take less for it, but you'll make it up on the back end by having a higher volume of sales versus trying to get every penny you can in a static sale where you might be sitting on it. Learn to just talk yourself into dropping prices just to move the stuff. Don't be attached to it, just move it. So that's kind of what I was talking about. We're going to be coming up at the end of the year. I would love to blow out everything that's on my shelves, whether you do it on eBay or whatever platform you sell on or doing live shows. The goal for me every year is try to liquidate everything out and try to have no carryover.
End all your items and just list everything for $9.99. See what happens. And then start your whole eBay store over with fresh new inventory.
There you go.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I was going to go financial strategies, like setting a budget for Q4. But looking at these notes now, I think you should already have done this before because we should have been buying like crazy during the yard sale season to have stuff to continuous list, right?
Yeah.
Through Q4.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that, but then you got to think of sales. I don't know if you guys do like a memorial sale, a Christmas sale, a Black Friday sale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come up with ideas for strategies for running marketing sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Another one that I'm going to preach is diversitize in platforms. If you never cross promoted, I think it's the best time at least to cross promote during these Q4 for at least 3 months, November or October, November, December. At least maybe try to add one more place to get more eyeballs on it. Like for me, that's Etsy, but I've been hearing people doing well. Even static sales over on Whatnot now have been doing well for people. So that is something to think about. Or I wouldn't do Macari, but I don't sell anything on Macari.
I used to. It died. Ever
Yeah.
since they did that weird feed thing and then they reversed it and all that, I haven't had luck there. But
Yeah,
all Mary does is sell on Macari and Poshmark.
I mean, yeah, we're probably just selling the wrong items. Like I've sold a book one time over there, and I've sold some clothes in the past. Years ago, toys would do well over there, but it seems like anything I throw up there, like people will like it, and then that's it. It never converts to a sale. It's like maybe one a month. It's not even worth my time at one a month.
And the other thing I didn't like about Macari when I was selling there was, and I deleted everything off of that probably about a year ago. If you have an item and you send an offer, the next time you send an offer, even though it's to a different person, it has to be 10% below. And then it just keeps going down and down.
Yeah,
that didn't make any sense to me. And I'm like, I don't want to give 30% off. So by the time you get to the third offer, it's time to delete and refresh that item. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to sell it. So I didn't like that about the way. I don't know if that's changed. I haven't been there in a while, but that was, So my next thing was, and you're talking about that, marketing and promotions. Look at creating a coupon, do a markdown sale, do a volume discount. If you have multiples on a listing.
Yeah.
And then boost your sales, like you're at 10%, maybe you do that. Maybe you don't do it for the whole store. Maybe you pick the things that are in demand that people are looking for to boost them up at 10% to drive more traffic to your store.
Yep, that's a good point. I kind of touched on this on the both of y'all have already mentioned this about getting your most expensive high comped items listed first. But a new item for me, and I've preached this over on my channel. If you want to go back and look at it, I am a dead set believer on the draft bank. Now, if you're a part-time reseller and a lot of your attention is on your full-time job, that draft bank, and even it works perfectly for me. But if you're a part-time, you set aside, I don't know what your schedules are, you have to determine that, but you can take a day or two, 4 hours a night for a couple of nights, build your drafts up to, I don't know, 100 drafts, 150 drafts, set it to drop 10 or 15, scheduled to drop every single day. That does, fellas, it eliminates the pressure to have to physically set down and list every single day. It takes the pressure off. I mean, granted, you're having to go into the grind to get your draft bank built up, but the key to that is each week as items are dropping, you're going right behind them the next week and you're loading in new ones into the draft. So it's just a cycle. And you get in that rhythm, you'll discover while everybody's having to get in front of their computer or on their phones and having to list physically every single day, you'll realize you don't have to do that anymore. And with the holidays coming up, it's busy and hectic enough. If you're married, got kids, holidays is crazy with family and whatnot. This is an opportune time to utilize the draft bank method because it'll afford you more time to be doing other things and keeping your store fresh at the same time.
I agree with the draft bank, but I think scheduling them to auto list, it doesn't give you the same. eBay doesn't look at it the same way as if you list them yourself. So draft bank 100 or whatever, if you want to list 10 a day, they're already done. Just get up in the morning and spend 5 minutes and actually then list them yourself. It looks at that. So if you put them in a draft bank 100 on a Wednesday and then you drop 10 a day for the next 10 days, it still looks at them as being actually created the day they were created, not the day that they were dropped by the robot into eBay. I know that from watching what I've done and from what other people have said, that
interesting.
If you have it auto draft, it does not reset itself to thinking they're new. It just knows that they were all created on this day. So if you truly draft put them in your draft bank and then go in there and then set them to drop or go in and release 10 of them a day, it looks at them as true new items. So, I mean, I don't know that it really matters, but I know that it doesn't look at scheduled items the same way it does as items that are dropped manually.
That's one way of looking at it. But if you have let's just say you have, I don't know, a little necklace, and the person searching for this exact design, whether you drop it through a draft or do it live in person, if they're looking for that, they're still going to find that.
Yeah. But I think it has to do with, so when you drop something, there's a certain amount of time that it pushes it to the front.
Yeah.
If you schedule it on Wednesday and then drop it 10 days later, it still thinks of it as an item that was
10 days
done on Wednesday 10 days ago.
Really?
So you might not go straight to the top.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah. I mean, and I tested that a long time ago on my old podcast where we were trying different things.
Okay.
And I do believe that is true.
Well, let us know.
No, below. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to see what other opinions are. Leave your comments on that particular subject down below there. If anybody's got any experience with both, thought processes.
Because I was doing what you said. I would just list a crap ton of stuff and then just set it up to drop 10 a day.
Yeah.
And then I heard on a podcast or somewhere and read that it didn't look, and then I changed it up, and I just get up in the morning. It takes like 30 seconds to drop 10 things instead of letting the robot do it. So I had better success with doing that.
Okay.
But it might be
What-
one of those eBay myths. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? We would have to ask James.
Damn Kryloff.
He would have the answers. Let me talk about draft banks, but not for eBay, for if you're doing YouTube. And we're going to get more busy with the holidays coming up. You might want to draft and edit a whole bunch of videos. That's what I've been doing. So I don't have a draft bank on eBay, but I have a YouTube draft bank. So I'm
Me
2 weeks
too.
ahead on my YouTube post. So I don't have to stress about that. Like, oh, I got to edit a video and it's supposed to come out tomorrow, and I'm going to start editing it at 10 o'clock at night, like I did last night, and don't go to bed till 2 in the morning. But
Yeah, that's an actual real good point, and I want to touch on what you just said. Getting ahead on your if you're a YouTuber reseller, get ahead on your recordings. That kind of lends to a viewer that related to one of my videos I put out. They made the comment that I'm really into these Amazon mystery boxes, and in a video I gave the reasons why. But you bringing that up, Alex, reminded me of this. Products like Amazon mystery boxes, you have a steady supply of video content. And like I can take let's just say Saturday morning, I get up and I'm going to open 5 boxes. Well, that's 5 different videos I can shoot in one day. And I drop 1 video a week. So that's 5 weeks you've already blown ahead of the schedule. So that's another reason why I like doing the mystery box reveals, because I can create so much content with each opening, and it puts me ahead on my video schedule. So
yeah, that would just kind of fall into my next point of just having a schedule.
Yeah.
I know I personally work better if I have a written out schedule of time blocks of when I'm doing things to stay on task, especially when we have so much packing we're going to be doing, and we want to put up as much listings. Definitely have a good schedule for all that. So
yeah. And my last point, you guys have already, Jefferson, you've already talked about it, is go through all your older listings and update them. Look at your titles, look at the descriptions.
yeah,
If you've not filled out a lot of the keyword description fields, you might want to try to fill some of those blanks in. I've seen tons of listings that none of that's filled out. And as a matter of fact, I think Kevin even said at one time, the Commonwealth, that a lot of times he don't fill all that out. But if you
list easier, list
now,
easier.
now he's seeing all these sales with hats on Bonanza because List Easier fills all those things out. I've never filled the half of it out, right?
Me
I'll
either.
fill out like, a hardcover or a paperback. That's about it. Or if it's signed or not. I put AI and List Easier. Anything I can do with AI, I've clicked it so it takes care of it for me.
Yeah.
That might be helping the searching and everything, people finding the product easier.
Yeah, that's true. That's all the points that I have. Do y'all have any others you want to finish up this segment with?
Just stop being lazy. You can't complain about sales you're not getting if you didn't list the damn shit. So list your
I
item.
agree. I do have one more thing: customer service. Now, the fourth
Mm.
quarter, I think you should ramp up your customer service.
I hired
if
Mike for
somebody
that.
sends you a note or asks you a question, respond back quickly, because they're looking for a gift. They're not looking for themselves. They're not asking you something. They're trying to figure out if it's the right thing to buy as a gift. So get back to them right away.
Yeah.
I think make sure that you look at the the drop dead dates for all the different. I went through today and was trying to find. They're not out yet, but for like USPS ground, doing the math from last year to this year, UPS ground December 18th, first class mail December 18th, priority mail probably the 19th, probably express mail the 21st, right? So you need to know those dates that if I ship it this way, it's going to get there by the 24th.
Yeah.
Nothing's getting there on the 25th, but UPS similar. As you get closer, next day air becomes more important.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Don't you hate that question though? When is it going to get there? I always say, well, I'm not the post office. It depends on the
Yeah.
post office. If
Yeah.
they drop the ball, I'm like, it's out of my hands once I do my job. I can't
True,
tell you
but if you
exactly when
send
it's
it on
gonna
the
get there.
19th and you send it UPS ground, it's never going to make it, right? So know what those dates are, and then I usually back a day or two off of those dates and say, hey, you know what? If you buy it by the 16th, UPS ground, you'll probably get it, right? And then
Yeah.
if you don't, it's a UPS or USPS problem, not yours. But
Okay.
be aware of those dates, right? Don't
Yeah.
run a big sale
That
on the 19th of December when the only thing you can get there is priority mail, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I have a question on a book that I need to look for something inside of the book, which usually I don't like doing, but if it's above like $50, I'll take the time, the extra step to see if it's in there what they're looking for. But to kind of piggyback off of that, I mean, if you have offers, either reply to them as soon as possible, or you have the watchers. Like I send out watchers all the time. If you waited, Ben, 30 days and you've had watchers on these items for 30 days,
Yeah.
they've already moved on and found it for a cheaper price by the time you get around to sending it off. That's why I think you should send off right when you have the opportunity to send one off. You need to send it off.
I have been.
Okay.
Yeah. I have
The
been.
other thing that
Thanks, Eddie.
You're welcome.
look at your I have a 3-day shipping period built into mine because that's just works for me. But when I get to the fourth quarter, if I was home and I was in Savannah, I drop that down to 1 day. So that way they're seeing a quicker time because I can do that every day. I do it. I pack every single day. But I put 3 days in there because some days when I get home from work, I decide to have a beer and take a nap, right? I don't have to stress over it. So if you have an extended, if you do 3-day shipping during the fourth quarter, maybe move it to 1 day.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you notice an increase in sales when you go to the 1-day shipping?
I do not, other than the
Really?
fourth quarter. Really,
Yeah.
I don't think. I think if you go beyond 3 days, you run into people thinking it's too long. But
Yeah.
I think for me, 3 days, I've always had good sales with 3 days.
I've
Okay.
always done next day. That's what
Yeah.
I've always done.
Mine's always been set at 2 days, so I think right if it sells Thursday, I can still have till Monday to usually ship that off if it comes in
Yeah.
later on Thursday. Which
But
thinking of the meetup, Bethany does not want a pack order, so I'm gonna make sure everything's shipped off so she doesn't have to ship anything off. It came back to life, the fly's back.
it's another one. I thought
Yeah.
there was only one. They
Wow.
just landed on my forehead.
Wow. That brings up something else that my last video I put out kind of covers. Going into fourth quarter, if your sales have been stagnant, we've already talked about different things you can do. Up your promotion rate. If you don't promote at all, try it, okay, and track the results, see what happens. But if you feel kind of stuck, try switching up to different items that you've never resold before. Because in my video, I talked about,
Mhm.
if you're a collector of something, you're going to gravitate to buy things that typically you like to collect, you're familiar with. And that category may not be hot right now. So therefore, your sales are. Try getting into some different things that you don't necessarily care about that are fast movers. And I always have to cite this, Alex. I've told you this, I told both of you before. In one of those Amazon boxes, it was full of health and beauty stuff. The native body deodorants, these organic soap bars, the tooth whitening toothpaste. That don't excite me, but by golly, it's already
Yes.
sold. I've already sold
Nice.
through all of that stuff. So, just open your mind and be open to getting into some things, and don't be afraid to try different items that you're not familiar with,
Yeah.
because they could be in demand. And that's the thing with the economy. That's the thing with buyers. Everything comes into a season for a while, and then it may not be hot 6 months down the road. There may not be a lot of people searching for a particular thing. So I think it's good to be have a lot of variety, unless you're a book selling master like Alex is. But books are popular, so thus his great sales. But yeah, so my advice would be explore some different categories to try to jump into.
And be creative. I mean, I've done this like not last year, but the year before, and near Christmas. I had a lot of belt buckles. I still have a lot of belt buckles, but I went in and realized that most belt buckles cost me $4.25 to ship.
Yeah,
So I raised all my belt buckles up $3 and made them all free shipping.
Hmm.
Now, I probably would have had to send a 20% or a 10% coupon to get them to buy that. But when I did that, I sold a bunch of belt buckles at Christmas time because I had free shipping and didn't have to give them a discount. Now, be cognizant of if you do that, that when you send a discount, it might hurt you. But I was cognizant on the belt buckles that I knew that it was going to cost me $4.50 probably to ship them. I raised them $3, made them all free shipping, and I sold a bunch of belt buckles. Now, and then eventually I changed it back to where they pay the shipping because a few times I'm not real bright and I
Yeah.
sent it 20% off. And now,
That's exactly why I moved away from free shipping, because I know if I'm
but
charging.
I just did that
15
for the fourth quarter, just to try to sell some belt buckles that I had for a while. So
yeah,
try different things. Free shipping is not really free. You figure
yeah.
out what your shipping is, you raise everything up by that price,
It's true.
and understand that though if you give them a 20% off, you're now paying for 20% of their shipping.
Yeah,
But
that makes total sense. All right.
All right. Can I one last major point? If you took nothing away from this conversation, at least take this away from it. Take a vacation before things get busy, before October. So September 26th and 28th, East Tennessee reseller meetup. Come take a break. Come have a good time with everyone.
relax.
Yeah, relax, chill before, because right when we get back from the meetup, Q4 is gonna hit. So
Yep.
Boom.
there's your invitation. I hope you took notes.
And speaking of that, let's thank our anchor sponsors that are in at $100 or more level. As you can see, all of the logos of businesses and resellers that have donated to make this event possible and to make it free for you to attend. And you can check a lot of these folks out here on your screen. They've got YouTube channels. Most of them, if not all of them, have YouTube channels you can go check out, find out who they are, what they're about. Then we want to thank our individual sponsors at the $20 level. And one's missing is Jeffrey Fisher, who contributed $50. We want to thank Jeff for that.
And Roman.
And Roman, that's
Roman.
right. Roman's Adventures or whatever.
And Mary's mom.
Mary's mother. Yep. So check these fine folks out. I think a lot of these here on your screen also have YouTube channels as well. And we would invite you to go give them some support. And a way of thanking all these sponsors, folks, is go give them a subscribe if you've not done so. And I know that they would appreciate that. And join us, yes, like Alex said, the last weekend of September. And we've got a fun, packed event planned. You can go over to the Resellers Locker Room Facebook group page. You can see the actual timeline of events of what's happening both Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you would like to sign up for you to save your seats, you'll find a link on that page that you can sign up for free and come and attend. And
Ben was telling me that Alex is going to sing Raining Men.
Yes.
I mean, that is awesome, dude. That I couldn't believe that.
I finally broke them down.
Hallelujah, it's raining men.
I changed it to
Oh,
raining them.
Raining them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, you got to update it with the times. You know, raining
Exactly.
them.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And we do want to remind you now, folks, while it's on my mind and my note is in front of me, Thursday night before the meetup, which is September 25th, we here at the Locker Room are going to be celebrating our 2-year anniversary of being on the air. And that's going to be a live event at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you will have myself, Jefferson, Alex, Archie Biscuit Butt, Mary, and Mike from Metco Meetups channel. You're going to have us all right here in one spot on one camera, and we're going to bring you a live show where you can interact with any one of us. And if you're attending the meetup and you're watching the live, gives you an opportunity to ask any last minute questions you may have about restaurants or different things that we have here in the area. So we want to invite you to join us in that celebration of 2 years of cranking out locker room episodes. We'd appreciate everybody coming into the show and supporting us. And thanks everybody for 2 years of coming in and putting up with all of our nonsense through these years. And I know sometimes we go off rails, and then, but you know, we do this because we love it, and we want to be a part of the community that you, the viewer, are involved in, and we hope at some point you have taken something of value away from what we're doing here on this show. At least that's what our intent is, really. And if you don't know who we are, come to the meetup. We would love to meet you in person. And if any of us can help you with anything with your business, please let us know. Don't hesitate to reach out with questions or anything like that. We'd love to lend a hand to help you succeed in this crazy reselling world. So, okay, gentlemen, let's do this. Find of the week.
My gosh.
Good question.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have one because I'm on the Amazon box kick, other than just getting Amazon boxes. A lot of which you can see on my videos on the Rocky Top Picker channel. You can see what my finds are there. So,
Yeah, I didn't have a great find. I found beaver nuggets for the first time. They were pretty good.
oh, from Bucky's.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
go to
dude.
Bucky's near me. I stopped there. I bought the beaver nuggets, the original, which are sweet and kind of salty, and then I bought white cheddar ones, which were cheaper for some reason, but just as delicious.
Yeah, beaver nuggets are the slam bam, bro. Awesome. What about you, Alex?
Bill and Al's Excellent Adventures paper doll book.
What? No way, dude.
Here's some dolls you can choose from. Jeffrey probably likes that one at the end.
Go
there.
down a little. Yes. I
So you
have a
got
fantasy about that.
Clinton on the back end here. Yeah,
Nice. That's cool.
I've never seen that before.
Me either.
it is
Paper
pretty
doll.
crazy.
I didn't know they still made those.
This one.
Oh my
Is that
god.
Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hazmat suit, all sorts of ones. So you could dress them up. You cut
That's-
them out, and then you can change their outfits.
Oh my
Nice.
Here we go.
That looks like a party to me.
yeah.
That came out of an estate sale. I got another one, but we'll save that.
What's
for
that
next.
worth? Have you looked it up?
It wasn't. It should be worth thousands of thousands of dollars,
Exactly.
but it's only worth maybe $9.99. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
That's crazy. Things that
I don't-
should be worth aren't.
right. It's one of those things
Mhm.
like this is priceless. in
What's
my-
615 mean?
Oh, it's the area code, Nashville.
Okay, Nashville. Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
All right, let's do this then. Sale of the week. All the goodies or goodies that have sold. And I've got one that I can flip on the screen.
Okay.
And
Do you want to show it on the screen?
yeah. Nothing extreme, but this is just an example of what I was saying earlier about how the items that you have no excitement for sell, at least for me. Now, this is, I can't see it. It's that freaking small. Let me pull it up where I can read it. It is a bronze shaver head series 3. It's a replacement shaver head for an electric shaver for men. There's one of those in the Amazon boxes. Sold $23.99. Now a lot of these items in the Amazon, I will tell you, I've been doing free shipping, but like Jefferson said, I've been putting the cost of shipping into the asking price. And so, you know, after fees and whatnot, $15.94 That came out of a box that I made my money back on off of just selling one item. So this is just all the gravy trains rolling in now. So that's what I have there.
Nice. Who's going
Like
next?
I said, it's nothing ball busting and exciting, but it's sold fast. What's this?
This is an Easton Press leather bound book
Nice.
that you cannot see because it's super blurry. White House years. Henry Kissinger. This is a signed copy by Henry Kissinger. It is a 4-volume set. It sold for $340.
Holy schmoly.
That's crazy. That's much better than mine, but I
Go
shared.
ahead.
I shared.
Oh, yeah, right here it is. Sorry.
All right, so I bought a bunch of sockets. This
Oh,
one
yeah.
socket was an impact socket, 1.25 inch. I think I thought it weighed 3 pounds, but it only weighed 1 pound. But I sold it. It cost me a quarter, and I made $12.30. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah. There you
Just
go.
close to mine.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, nowhere near yours. Like I'd have to sell. How much you make? I'd have to sell like 22 of them. But it works.
The weird thing about this set is there's 4 of them, and I have no idea. All of them are sealed except one, and one
Uh-huh.
has the autograph in it. So the buyer could be buying them and get all of them could be signed. I have no idea if they're all signed by him. They're still sealed, so they might all be signed copies.
So the dilemma is, should
The
you open
dilemma was I had to phone a friend. I called Max and said, "Do I open these to see if they're signed, or am I going to get more value of them being selling as brand new?" Even the whole overall listing I couldn't list as new because one's opened, so it was still listed as pre-owned. But I'm gonna pull up the actual.
That's a difference between making more money and not, though, right? If you
Yeah.
have an autograph.
Let me pull up the actual listing here.
I don't know, man. That's a tight spot. You got a sealed book. Should you open it because it could be signed? You could make more money off of it, or do you leave it sealed and find out later that the buyer messaged you, "Hey, this book was signed," and then you just shoot yourself?
Mm-hmm. So you see, we put one signed and numbered because it is a numbered and signed. So I listed them at 400 and took the 340.
Wow.
Yeah, but they may have unwrapped it to have them sign it, right?
Maybe, or they were signed before.
Before they were wrapped. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
I don't
know.
know. I wanted to open all of them, but I'm like, I'll just leave it and list it like that. One signed. I'm curious if he messages me back, "Hey, they're all signed." I'm like, "Well, give me a couple $100 more."
Yeah,
Jerk.
send me more money.
Okay. Let's go to the viewer comments. Who's got that? Jeffy,
I
you
got it.
All right, let's go to this.
Viewer comment from the live.
Yes.
I'm going to go with Goodwater Pickers. I missed the live, but can't wait to meet the special guest, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, at the meetup. Now, we talked about this. We
Picture.
think
Can you
that's
find a
Ben.
picture of him real quick?
No,
Pretty
I don't know
sure
what
that's
they're
Ben.
talking but this is coming from Andrew.
Oh,
So
hold on. Yeah, we can find
Oh,
Jonathan Taylor
Yeah,
Thomas.
let's compare here. I don't know who this guy is. Who is he?
listen, that's the kid that was on the Home Improvement television show, one of Tim's kids. But that's a down. That's a
Yeah,
downgrade because I was compared to Kevin. That's Cool Kevin. And then I was compared to Brett Michaels, and now I've been downgraded to Jonathan Taylor Thomas. That sucks.
You got to grow your hair back. You're
I
losing status.
don't think I ever will grow my hair back out.
Yeah, I don't know who
2
that is.
episodes you're sad when we were looking at pictures because you cut your hair, and now
I know.
All
Matter
right,
of fact, in our promo video, we need to get some new pictures and make a new promo or opener video because I got long hair. And
I don't think any of us look like him. If you look at his new pictures,
but
Yeah.
as a kid, because Ben just looks like a 12-year-old apparently.
there he is. I guess Ben. It'd have to be
Let me
Ben.
see. Let me see. Let's put it up. Okay.
He doesn't have blonde hair.
That. Look at that big pompo he's got on the top of his head. I don't have that.
Maybe as a kid, I think you did look like. Is that the older son of Home
Yeah,
Improvement?
no, that's the middle son, I think.
Middle one.
Or the
Yeah,
young,
he was
the middle
middle.
son.
Yeah. Pass. That didn't work.
There you go.
I thought he looked like one of the Olsen twins.
Hold
Wait,
on.
did you
I
find?
think I got a better picture. He shows him vaping, so I think it's Ben.
Oh, what?
Share this tab instead. There you go. That looks like
That's
Ben.
him too.
You got a chin diaper on.
That's him too. That's him now.
Yeah, it looks.
He's got the little vape pen. I don't think any of us look like him.
No.
Andrew.
This isn't the one I was thinking. The oldest son is in trouble with the law.
Yeah.
He got arrested for like a year ago for beating his girlfriend, and then he just got a DUI. You know, they're getting ready to do a new. They're getting ready to redo that, right? Full time. What is it? Home Improvement. Yeah, I guess everybody's coming back except for the neighbor. Although he's dead, I think they could just put like a skull there. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Skull.
Wait, wasn't the neighbor? Isn't the neighbor the guy that just looked through like halfway through the fence?
You only saw the top of his head, so they could definitely replace him.
Anyone? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure they'll replace him, but the original guy's the only one that's not still with us.
Andrew, try again. Don't look nothing like that guy. But anyway, let me do this real fast, fellas. We didn't do this in the last live, and it's my apologies. Let's thank our paid members to the locker room. You can join for as little as $4.99 a month up to $9.99 a month. Wolfman Goodies over on YouTube, Mike Camparelli, Mary McQueen, Mecco Meetups channel. And I've got to correct that. It ain't CJ Benz anymore. It's Jefferson
That's
Flips.
still there.
Trash to Cash Podcast, Vintage Sports Flips. That's Keith here on YouTube. Good Water Pickers, which is Andrew that I've been referring to. Rick Rotman, Reselling with Woody, his YouTube channel, Eagles and Beagles, and the one and only Archie Biscuit Butts. So you can check out Archie a lot on live selling over in the district platforms. So we appreciate all of our paid members that have been with us for quite a long time and donating your money and helping support the channel. We appreciate you guys a lot. So, all right, gentlemen. Well, what's this?
Johnson Summit's Fun Catalog. Is this a pass or a flip?
Ooh, hold on. Let me go.
The date was 1979. Johnson Smith's Fun Catalog, vintage mail order book.
Okay.
I think that's a flip. I would flip that. How much you paid for it? Quarter?
It was free. Out of the free clean out I did.
I would flip
it. The stuff. Look at the backside of all these scary Halloween masks.
That's nostalgia, dude.
Yeah,
yes, I would flip it. That's nostalgia.
I would have probably never even looked at this, but since I'm listing everything, I just, I went to research it or ran it through the program. Sold one view. He sent me an offer for $32. I listed it at $50. Then I didn't accept it. I waited a day, and then I got another offer for $19. So then I accepted the $32 one. But nice. Average, these things sell for around $40. These catalogs.
Johnson Smith Company. Yeah, I see some 75.
Yeah, it's crazy. 58. I listed at 50, but I'm still I took $38 just to move it.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of the pass and flip, we're going to be playing that at the meetup where we're going to show you through a video projector that Jefferson is providing some items, and we're going to ask everybody in attendance, would you pass or flip this? And then we're going to show the sold comps. So we're going to test your reselling knowledge or how good your eye is about sourcing. So that's another reason why you should come to the meetup. We got a lot of fun stuff like that that's going to go down.
Oh, yeah.
So awesome. Thanks for sharing that catalog, Alex. That's cool. That'll bring back a lot of memories for folks, I guess. Not me. I'm too young. They didn't have that. It was J.C. Penney's and Sears Christmas wish books.
But you flipped your Johnson a few times. Come on. What are you talking about?
To the Sears catalog. Oh
Yes.
gosh.
Yes.
Hey, we're an hour in. We can get a little
Yeah,
loose here on the back
this
end.
guy.
We're fine.
There was nothing like those bra pictures in the Sears catalog. Come on.
That was
Yeah.
first exposure, right? That's
Exactly.
But anyway,
Yeah.
Dude, I used
Kids, it was tough growing up in our age. We
when
didn't
you
have
were a
access to
kid, when you
everything.
were a kid, if you had a J.C. Penney in your town or they sent it to you in the mail, was to me the day I got that and got to go through it was so exciting to see
It
all
was.
the new toys, and you just circled everything. Oh, I want this, I want that, and we made it easy for our parents, really, circling stuff.
You stole the catalog before your mom got it home, Ben. She's like, Ben, I found this. Why is this in the bathroom, Ben?
Please. All right. Well, we're an hour, 5 minutes. We hope you folks watching got some value out of this. We were thinking before we recorded, back last year, we really tried to zero more in on trying to do a little educational, but keep it loose. And so we can keep everybody's attention. And that's what we're trying to re-steer to. And yeah, so it's been a lot of fun, even though we've had people come and go. Well, we'll talk more about it when we do our 2-year celebration on the live. But I wanted you, the viewer, to know that we really do appreciate every one of you tuning in, and also we appreciate all the comments and the feedback you give us. And we do this because we want to help somebody else. So if we can do that, then we're accomplishing our goal. If not, just to entertain you, that's what we're after too. Because in reselling, it's a high stress business, and it's a lot of pressure, and we want to be positive as well. There's too much negative going around, and we want to eliminate that in the area as much as we can. So anything else, fellas?
I mean, it's not as high pressure as brain surgery, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Cassette tapes. I sold 10 over the weekend. Super hot.
That's crazy.
I mean, cassette tapes are coming back, guys.
What kind? What kind? Mainly rock or
classic rock?
9 Inch Nails original tape sold for $30. I have the first Nirvana record cassette tape. Just all rock. Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Cranberries. I sold a Bjork, which is not. I don't even know what Bjork is. Just strangeness music. That I think that sold for close to 32.
Bjork,
so not Hinkelberg, Humperdinck.
No. Bjork is kind of like
Duran. I sold a Duran today, which isn't really. I wouldn't think would be a hot,
well,
tape.
That's classic 80s.
Yeah, it's 80s, solid 80s. Good.
Def Leppard. I mean, keep an eye out for the rock ones, but also, guys, keep an eye out for any of the 90s hip hop tapes if you can come across that stuff.
Good advice.
Yes.
I think I have somewhere a Biggie one around here that's not listed. Actually, I have one of Ben's ex-band, and this is even listed, Guns N' Roses cassette tape.
Yes.
And then personal share. I still have it somewhere. I hope I can find it. Limp Bizkit $3 bill demo promo tape signed by Fred Durst. It's somewhere in my house. Don't know where it's at.
That's maybe or something.
Yeah.
I have found the singles. If you can find singles, they usually do pretty good because they didn't produce as many of them.
Yeah.
That's why I have that Biggie one. It's like one song with Biggie and like Naughty by Nature on the other side, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. That's all I got. And that's it. I got nothing now.
Okay. All right, Jefferson, are you good?
Okay.
I'm good. I had a great time.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Reseller Locker Room Podcast. You can find us, as you know, every Thursday being dropped here on YouTube, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And get out there, get it done, get yourself and your business ready for fourth quarter, and we will see you next time. Later, everybody.